Welcome everyone to the Affiliate Marketing Email Autoresponder tutorial. So let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is the purpose of an email autoresponder. So really the purpose is to begin a relationship with your audience. And how do you want to do that? You want to go ahead and create a sequence where you introduce yourself and you want to get them to continue to open your emails. You got to remember, if you don't hook them on the first email, you're done. So try to aim for a 5 to 7 day sequence where you're emailing them every single day. Always leave an open loop and leave something out until the next day. So we'll go over a couple examples to try to clarify what this means. So here, this is option 1. There's really 2 options on doing email autoresponders, and I want to cover both of them. So email number 1, it's going to be a welcome email. It's a short intro covering your own background, and you want to promise to give them something the next day. And then tell them what that subject line is going to be for email number 2. That way you're preparing them for what's to come, you're giving them a little bit of background, but you want to do it in a way where they're going to want to open that second email. And so email number 2, you want to give them a detailed personal story. Hook them on the drama, but don't give them the conclusion to that story until email number 3. Now, email number 3 is usually going to be some sort of aha moment. You want to tell them a story about an aha moment that ties into the product you promote. Now, think about this. Email 1, 2, and 3, they're all building up a story. And that story has to conclude with you finding the answer in the product that you're promoting. So again, you want to talk about the results and then add the product that you promote to email number 3. That'll be the first time that you introduce your product. For email number 4, this one focuses on the hidden benefits of your product. An example would be vacations, extra time with your family, tax benefits, meeting people, fulfillment, things of that nature. So everyone knows what you get based on whatever you promote, right? The immediate sort of benefits are very, very easy to understand, but you want to talk about those hidden benefits, the ones that are not so easy to understand. And then email number 5, you want to create a sense of urgency, and it must be real. If it's not real, then you're probably going to lose your audience because they're going to not trust you. They're going to feel like you're lying to them. So it has to be a real sense of urgency. How do we do that? It could be something where you use a coupon that expires in like 2-3 days. You can use a training date that again is happening in the next 2-3 days. So you get clever, get creative with it, but it has to be real. And then option number 2 is where you use the email swipes that are provided by the seller. This is best if you're new to copywriting and you're still working on creating your own emails. If you plan to run ads on multiple deals, like you're going to ClickBank and you want to promote multiple products and just run some ads, you can use their email swipes because you know they already work. And then of course you want to save time, but you still want to have an autoresponder set up. So now let's go into the examples for these, and hopefully you'll see what I mean. So initially, I'm going to start with option 1, and I'm going to show you how to do option 1 using System.io. System.io is what I use for my autoresponder, and so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what that is. Okay, so here we are. We've logged into System.io, and I just went to emails, and I went to campaigns. That brings you here. I have a fitness that I put in here, and in here I've already pre-written the emails, but I want to go through and read them for you so that you understand how I went into every single one of them. So for what we chose to include, we're giving away a desserts ebook. And so this is the first email. It says, hey, this is Daniel, and I want to say congratulations on your free ebook. And then this will be replaced by their actual first name, whatever it is that they entered when they joined your email list. Then it says, about 10 years ago, I was struggling with weight problems, jumping from one diet to another. I started buying books on weight loss and listening to weight loss podcasts every chance I had. It was stressful and I felt like I was getting nowhere. But then I found this great guide that got me started. Stick around and tomorrow I'm going to give you that guide. The subject will be the day I broke. Thanks. Daniel, your weight loss partner, Vega. P.S. As promised, I've attached your free ebook to this email. So as you can see, we've started to give them a little bit of background about myself. And then, and of course, you want to make sure that the story that you're beginning to tell, it's all true because you're going to go into detail. And so you want to reference a true story. And I'll dive into that a little bit further as we go through the emails. And so you talk about the feelings, it was stressful, thought I was getting nowhere. And then you'd say, okay, but I do have something that helped me. And I'm going to give that to you on the next day, right? Why? Because again, we want them to open day number 2's email. And I gave them the subject of the email so they know what they're going to look for. Now, I also said that I've attached the free ebook that I told them about, this free desserts ebook. And so again, we always want to do what we say we do. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to go back to ClickBank. We want to go click on our offer and go to the affiliate page. Once we're here, now we want to go and download the ebook that we're going to give away. So we said we would be giving away favorite desserts. So we're going to go right into favorite desserts. I'm going to click download. And I'm going to say, yep, let's go in here and save it. As you can see, I've already saved it. So that's okay. I'm just going to save it again. And so now that I have the book, now I'm going to go back to System.io and I'm going to say I want to attach that file. I'm going to go to where I was. And this is the one that we had just saved right now. So I'm going to add that in here. And see, now it's added. Now that PDF is going to be sent out with your very first email. So now that it's done, we want to go ahead and say save and publish. It's going to ask us about the delay before sending. Because this is the very first email, I'm going to say 0 and just to default to days. And that's it. We're going to hit publish and it's done. Now, I will show you on the next one what you do if you forgot to hit publish. We can do that as well. Now the next email in line will be the day I broke. So the day I broke. Now here, look at this. I talked about how I was going to give them the answer for email number 1, right? But instead, I jumped right into another story. And so I'm going to read it for you. It says, how did this happen? I sat at the party alone, watching all my friends hang out at the pool with their shirts off, while I sat at the poolside with my shirt on, too embarrassed to take it off. I wondered how my life got to this point. I had done what I thought was right. I didn't feel like I overate. I didn't really eat a lot of fast food, but yet I was still overweight. I mean, let's be real. I hung out with my friends a lot, and we all practically had the same diet, but I was the only one who was overweight. The universe must hate me is what I kept telling myself. I started looking online and quickly learned I wasn't alone. There were tons of people who had the same problem I had. Okay, I'm not alone, but what do we all do? Everyone just assumes it's our fault because we can't control our appetite. Let me tell you, if you ask anyone who is overweight, they will tell you they've already tried it. Controlling your appetite is another way for people to say, starve yourself. This is obviously not the answer. However, after countless hours researching, I found the answer. Are you interested in what I found? If so, look for my email tomorrow. The subject will be the aha moment. Thanks. Daniel, won't starve myself, Vega. P.S. I told you I would give you the free guide to get started on your weight loss journey. I've attached it on this email. Okay, so I'll show you what I did there. But first of all, you see how I went into a story. I talked about the story. I talked about the struggle. And again, I talked about how there was something that was able to help me out. And I'm going to tell them about it tomorrow. You're again creating that sort of suspense. You want them to open your next email. You want to get them into the habit of if they see an email from you, then they should open it. Now, I did want to touch base a little bit on this story, and I want all of you to know that this story needs to be, it doesn't have to be yours. This story can also be a story from one of your clients that you've helped before. Maybe they have a more compelling story. So if they do, that's the story that you should use. Now, in this particular case, I'm mixing like my own story and a story from someone that I knew. And so if I really wanted to go deeper into this, I would ask them for permission and maybe even ask them for a picture so that I could do a before and after picture to make this email that much stronger so they can see before the weight loss and then after the weight loss. So that would be something I would do, because again, if you show a picture, then you're more credible. People know that you're actually talking about a story that really happened. And that's what I would really recommend. Because this is more of a tutorial, I kind of blended some stuff and just to make sure that I was hitting all the key points that your emails should have. So I had mentioned in the previous email that I was going to give them something to get started. And as you can see here, I told you I would give you the free guide to get started on your weight loss journey. I've attached it on this email. So what does that actually mean? That means I'm going to use the same gift that we were given before. We got 4 ebooks. So I'm going to use this 7-day fat flush, right? Quick start guide. I'm going to use that one as another giveaway in my email sequence to continue to get the audience to trust me and to want to look into the product that I'm utilizing or that I'm promoting. So I just downloaded it, as you saw. I'm going to go back and I'm going to attach it the same way that I did the other one, right there. So now that it's attached, I can save this. So I said I would show you how to publish it if you forgot to publish on this page. So we can just hit save. And as you can see, it still has this orange exclamation mark. And so the day I broke is email number 2. So we just go over to the right and hit this check mark, publish. It's going to ask you the same thing it did before. This time, I'm going to say wait 1 day. And then I'm going to tell them when it comes after. It comes after this email. And that's it. Now that that's done, it knows that it goes after that email. So it realigned it underneath it. And it said it's going to take 1 day afterwards. All right, so now the next one, the next email is the aha moment. And if you remember, I called out the subject line in email number 2. So the aha moment. I was on my lunch break at work, feeling guilt-tripped into buying the salad for lunch. I pulled out my phone and started surfing the web to distract myself. Then I saw a weight loss ad pop up that promised to help with weight loss by fixing your gut microbiome. Is this real? I thought. Sound like another one of those magic programs that simply tell you to eat less and exercise more, I thought. Make sure I fix my errors there. At the same time, I was curious because this was the first time I heard of gut microbiome. So of course I clicked it. I was blown away by the information in the video. For the first time, there was something that said it wasn't my fault. It was an imbalance with my gut, and by addressing that, I would address my weight problem. I want to just quickly take a pause here. This is so powerful in copywriting because most people that are having some sort of problem in their life, there's a lot of stuff in society that's going to tell them that it's their fault and they need to fix it. And they in this particular niche, maybe they don't have the willpower, maybe they don't love themselves or whatever. And so it's so powerful to tell them, it's not, in this case I'm saying it's not my fault, but the people that are relating with you will understand and say, yeah, it's not our fault. And then you go into explaining what you can do or what's really at fault. Okay, so I noticed the website had a 100% 180-day money-back guarantee, so I bought it, and the rest is history. Again, I'm like removing another sort of barrier. People may be scared that they're getting scammed, so with that 100% money-back guarantee that the product does offer, you're removing another barrier from them wanting to purchase the product. If you'd like to discover the product for yourself, you can go check it out here and let me know what you think. Now, this is the very first time that we actually put a link in our email to have them go buy the product. But as you can see, I'm not pushing it very hard. The link is sort of embedded into this word, and I'm not really going really hard. But I'm also going to show you how to put that link in. So once you have the word that you've chosen, you just click on this little symbol here, this chain link symbol, and then it's going to bring up what you want it to say. So in this case, I chose the word here, and then you just type in the URL. This URL is the same URL that we got from ClickBank. So if we were to go back to ClickBank and said, I wanted to promote BioFit, you would go in here, you would choose the account name, which in this case, I went with TikTok demo. You say generate hop link, and then there's your link. Right? You can click this item and copy it, or you can just copy it yourself. And that is the link that we're going to use in here. And so you hit OK, and then you're done. That's your link. Again, I'm ending it. Thanks, Daniel Vega. P.S. Tomorrow, I'm going to share some hidden wins I didn't expect. Look for that email tomorrow. The cherry on top, pun intended. Again, right? I'm trying to get them to know something else is coming, and I want you to open that as well. By the way, notice that I never start any of these emails in any sort of formal way. There's never like a hi so-and-so comma or dear so-and-so comma. That stuff that we learn in school in terms of proper writing, it does not work when you're doing email marketing. You want to write emails as if you were talking to your friend. You want to make it very informal. And even this sort of thanks Daniel Vega, it's a little bit of a formality that is not really necessary. But I put it there because I'm so used to doing that, and it's never really affected me. So again, now that we're done with this, we're going to go ahead and save, and we're going to publish another day and another day after the day I broke. So now that you've done that, you see now we have 3 check marks, and they're starting to align themselves in the proper way. And so now we go to the next one, the cherry on top. So what's happening here, right? Fast forward 4 months, and I had lost 41 pounds and was feeling happier than ever. But what really surprised me was the amount of energy I felt on a daily basis. I felt more confident, my skin started looking better, and I found myself to be more social. It was like something in my mindset shifted. Really quickly, again, this true story. Not my story, but it's a true story. And so you want to make sure that you've tried the product, that you know that the product works, because these stories that you're talking about, they have to be stories that actually came from the product. You're not making anything up, okay? I want to be very clear about that. Is that if you're over here like coming up with something and the product doesn't do that, your audience will not trust you in the future. And the goal is to get them to trust you. They need to know that if you're recommending something, it's because that thing is going to work for them. It's the best product that you have actually found. Okay, roughly a year after my weight loss, so again, just fixing that. Roughly a year after my weight loss, my friends would tell me what a different person I had become. It wasn't just the weight loss. To my surprise, my IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, had completely disappeared as well. I can't tell you what a huge thing this was for me. I had been suffering from IBS since I was 14 years old. I thought I would have to live with it all my life, and now it's simply gone. This here is something that I added because I actually did go on a specific diet, and it did cure my IBS. And so, again, I would only add this and keep this here if I tried this particular product, and that's what it did for me. But I wanted to add another example that I felt could be really relevant in a product like this. Okay, but best of all, if we jump to present day, I have 3 kids, and all that energy I mentioned that came from having a healthy gut, it's still there. I love how I have the energy to play with my kids and have them get tired before I do. So here, another true sort of thing. I do have 3 kids, and as of today, I do get them tired. And so just a little like details. Remember, the whole purpose of email number 4 is the hidden benefits. You want to talk about the little things that improved in your life that were just unexpected. And then at the bottom here, if you want to get started, click the link below. So now you see that I'm pushing the product a little bit harder. Now it's not just one word. I put in a phrase, start my weight loss journey now. It's a little bit more compelling to be clicked on. And again, in terms of the link, you do the same thing, the chain link, and you put in what you had. It's no different. You always do it the same way. I end it with thanks Daniel, and I move along. I'm going to save and publish this as well. Same thing we've been doing. one day after the last one, which was aha moment. And now finally we're going to end with email number 5. Email number 5 is pretty straight and it's to the point. Demand for the product has been so high that supply is running low. Take advantage of the supply available right now and get yours today. If you lock it in now, you'll be sure to get your desired supply with free shipping. Where did I get that? I got that because they actually claim free shipping. So again, not making anything up. With the limited supply, the bundle discounts cannot be guaranteed to be there for long. So don't miss your opportunity to live your life with a healthy gut, great energy, and confident mindset. Now this is all, I'm just referring to these sort of bundle deals where you get to save money. Again, I would probably want to go look into this a little bit more. This email, I wrote it kind of quickly. And I'm not saying that they will go away or not. I'm just saying we can't guarantee that they'll be there for long with the limited supply. It was something I threw in there because I don't actually promote this product. I've never bought the product, so I couldn't really think of what else to add. I wanted to give an example for all of you. And then again, my link is through a phrase, order your supply today. And you've been warned. I don't want to see any emails later on saying how this offer is gone and you missed it because you opened this email late. Just adding a little bit more sense of urgency. That's the whole purpose of email number 5. So we go ahead and save and publish. Same thing, one day, and after the very last one. So that is our email sequence that we want to get started with. So now they will get to know you, you've introduced a product, and you've kind of ended it in a way where they know that you're sort of done with that particular product. Okay, and I'll talk a little bit more about what we would do next, but first I wanted to talk about how you would go about doing option number 2. Remember, option number 2 is where you use the email swipes. So those of you that have never heard about email swipes, if we go back to ClickBank, and I'm going to go back there, and if you were to click on that affiliate link, you land here, and you go to email swipes. Well, here the emails are already written for you. Right? Email number 1, you just copy this subject line, and then you copy all of this, and you paste it in. So let's just pretend that we were going to do an email sequence. It would be completely different than this, but I'm just going to add a new email to this one so you can see how simple it is. So subject, we go back and we take the subject, paste it. I like to use the classic editor, so I always go with classic editor. And then here it is. Now that you're there, again, all you do is you come in here, copy that, go back in, paste. And that's it. That would be your email. All right, now before going, you put your link in here. And so if we were to go back and get our link, I would say copy. By the way, every time you do this generate hop link, it is going to give you a different link. But what I tend to do is I click it once and then I save it somewhere. And that way I can just copy it from wherever I saved it. Not that it matters. Those links are always going to be tied to you, but just an FYI as well. So that link would go here, and that link would go here, and it would go here. And then for author name, of course, you're going to change it to your own name. In my case, it would be Daniel Vega. I probably would not bold that. And if that link is kind of ugly, remember, you can also embed it in something else. So if you don't want to do that, you can say, since it says, then I watched this video, and say, watch the video now. And I could say, let's take this one, create a link, and just simply enter our link there. So you could do it that way. Whatever way works for you is how you would go about it. But see, this is it. This would be your email number 1. And then you would go on and copy every single email that they have. Now let's go take a quick look and see how many emails they have. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, look at this. They've got tons of emails that are already written for you, and every single email is meant to promote the same product. So 20 emails. 20 emails that they've already written for you. This could be really easy. I personally really like the initial sequence, and I like it because this creates a bond between you and the reader. So if you're gonna go down a specific niche, and if you don't know what a niche is, you can watch some of the other videos and learn what that is. But if you're gonna go down the specific niche of, for example, weight loss, maybe in the future you're gonna introduce a workout program or something of that nature, maybe equipment, workout equipment. So if you're going to do that and you hope to continue down this path, then you want to use the option number one where you write your own emails and you start to build an audience. If you only intend to promote this one product this one time, then yeah, you don't have to do this. You can just go copy the email swipes and go from there. Okay, well, I hope that that was educational and instructive. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want to watch the next video when it comes out. You can also follow me on Instagram or TikTok at persist.and.win.